I want to know all your opinions in the MLKs, as well as the two commies to my left and right. All ears.
Labels.
I think I found the best movie I've ever made. Discuss. And that movie is Richie Rich, starring Macaulay Culkin. End of segment.
He's got.
It was a flop at the time.
but
That
it was
not
ahead of
due to
its
own
time.
fault. Yeah,
It was ahead of its time.
Dude,
it really was.
I had many attempts at watching it.
You
Almost
know
like
why it was ahead of its time as well? Because it made Richie Rich. I mean, it made Macaulay Culkin a meme before he was a meme.
How?
Because
Well,
it was just
It was ridiculous.
a stupid show.
It was ridiculous. It was like.
Are you talking about the movie? The movie, right? Yeah.
It was like
Don't you think it would have been less ridiculous if Daryl Summers played Richie Rich?
Absolutely.
It
It
was
would have been
so
less ridiculous if Burt Newton played him.
well,
less
that
ridiculous.
goes without saying.
It would have been incredible.
I'm just a small boy with a McDonald's. You want some? Yes, 10
Also,
years old.
How cool was that?
It's a documentary.
Or later.
Yeah, he is Richie Rich.
Yeah,
It's a
and he still does,
documentary.
can't get it out of his head. They have to do it 1,000 times because he's just being like, well, go to that McDonald's, but first, Irene has some very good news
Moira.
about pillows.
Moira.
Yeah, Moira.
I enjoyed it.
What did you enjoy? It's just
Thoroughly.
it's a fantasy.
That's why I
How
loved
could
it.
you
I
hate
loved
it so much?
No.
He's got his own Maccas.
I loved everything about it. I loved the stupid product placement. I loved how the director seemed to be actively trying to make fun of Macaulay Culkin and ruin his career by putting him in the movie.
And succeeded.
And succeeding. I love the terrible acting. I love how there's a scene about every movie at that time was sort of just okay, every single movie we have to include a subplot about flubber, some sort of gooey shit that does something. That was in there. There was shitty inventions. Also, this weird thing about it, this weird period in the 90s where it was Nirvana, rough aesthetics, kids can handle it. There was these really intense scenes of intense violence, people dying, kids getting pistol whipped and shit. I was just whoa, what? This is Die Hard action in
Maybe
the
if
movie.
you look on the video cover, it was rated R.
I feel I swear to God, there was some really because it was made in 94, and obviously the context was they were just yeah, Come As You Are just came out, you can rape that person. It was just this bizarre dichotomy, and it's so it's just so of its time. It's so cringy, and his voice was breaking, so he wasn't a kid anymore, and it was just so badly written. This is what I'm gonna say. It was the hardest I laughed in a movie in maybe my whole life, at least 10 years. When you laugh so hard that you get stitches, your sides really hurt. That I was rewinding scenes.
It really is your sense of humor.
Yeah, it is. I was rewinding scenes.
This is Miss Love's sense of humor in a nutshell. Bad.
Yeah, it is.
Anything that sucks, he loves.
But dude, it was so bad that it was just
But was it shitty though?
Yes!
I remember watching it as a kid and genuinely thinking, "Oh, this is a sick movie."
Me too.
Can we watch Happy Gilmore after this?
dude.
Yep.
Look. I'm
Now that's
sorry.
a double bill I can get behind.
Me too. But it was shitty. It was really, really.
And
it
I
was so
think
shitty. It was
The
amazing.
glaringly obvious point that you haven't addressed, the elephant in the room, is that one British man that seemed to have made it in Hollywood,
Yeah.
and that was always the bad guy with this specific face.
He wasn't the bad guy. He was the butler. He was the butler. And his name
was he?
And how good's
But he was a bad guy butler, right?
No, he was a good guy. They tried to make him out like a bad guy, but spoiler alert, by the way. But he turned out to be a good guy. But how good's this?
The old Snape turnaround.
But how good's this? Richie Rich his family's famous for making chocolate bars, and his butler's name's Cadbury. But apparently, because they didn't want to pay for the royalties, he didn't call him Cadbury. They called him Cadbury. Cadbury.
Wow. That's a
dude,
good legal team.
It was so fucking. And then there was the bumbling fat guy who was like, I'm the bumbling fat guy that likes to eat sandwiches, and I'm the guy who creates the flubber, and I help Richie Rich because dude. I just want to watch it again. I think I'm just going to have to watch it again tonight. Actually, I'm saving myself for Richie.
Dude, let's
Rich
watch
2.
it after the pod up late. I'm down to watch Richie Rich tonight.
What though? It's not the most quintessential 90s film
Bullshit.
because, no, there's not that bad guy with the ponytail
True.
that at
From
some
Baby's Day
point
Out,
just
yeah.
like takes a gun out from like a trench coat or something, goes like, and then gets away on a motorbike. Being like,
Well, the bad guy has a mullet and he does shoot a laser at them at some point. Is that close enough for you?
it is a black and gold replacement for it, but
Right.
nonetheless, sometimes you want to go with the basics.
Yeah, look, I really think you shouldn't say anything before you rewatch because you just there's parts that are like it is like a art installation, like postmodern performance art piece. I'm not exaggerating. Like there's a scene where for no reason at all, he sits down, and he goes, "It's such badly written dialogue," and he's just like, "Yeah, I'm going to be going on, what was it, Cadbury? A sabbaticals, a sabbatical." He's such a bad actor too, McCoy's like, "A sabbatical. So I can run things around here." And the guy's like, "Huh, run things." And then for no reason at all, no explanation, doesn't make any sense, picks up a magnifying glass and puts it over his mouth so it's just like, his face is, and just starts going,
Sticks out his tongue.
but like for ages, and the guy's just sort of just like, yeah.
Jeez, I didn't know Harmony Korine directed.
It was art house as fuck, dude. It was so art house. It's gone full circle. It's like pushing the boundary. It goes like Lars von Trier, the guy who did Melancholia, Richie Rich. Like it was just like, I'm telling you, boys, once you see it, you'll just be like, wow, very thought provoking.
All right.
Review.
So
You like we should call it like
more reviews of things that get like 13% on Rotten Tomatoes.
24. I checked how much. 24. 24.
Double up. Yeah.
I'm not joking. 24, and IMDb was like a roaring 4.5 out of 10.
is that movie
the
famous
James
for being
Curley
bad?
of movies.
Yeah, it's definitely famous for being bad.
It's famous
but
for
like
being bad.
it's like, yeah.
I'm the only one who thought it was a classic.
You were, but I'm gonna admit right here, yeah, I'm doing the whole I like it ironically, but I actually don't. I like it because it's bad, but it's a perfect mix of some's genuinely good, some's genuinely absolutely terrible. It's got everything you need in a movie. It's gonna knock out Bandcamp for you, dude.
Okay.
That's a big.
Challenge accepted.
I'm putting it out there.
All right, we watch it tonight, and MLK's you watch it tonight as well. Can we?
and subscribe to our Upload podcast, and we'll let you know what we think about it.
If
Yes.
that's not worth paying for,
Subscribe to
For
our
the rest
Upload
of your life,
podcast.
I don't know what is.
yeah. In fact, as if
Once you get in, it's a blood oath.
I'm pretty, yeah, that's right. And I'm pretty sure at this point, like if you were just like, hey, I'll come over and have lunch with you, or I'll give you my in-depth, as in me being you, I will give you my in-depth perspective of Richie Rich. They would way rather that. That's like number one fan like info right there.
It's just like, what a weird. This podcast is weird.
Yeah, it is. It's weird.
Okay,
Well, look, also, I've just got to say, we do need more patrons because we are looking to get a studio pimped out.
Yeah.
We're getting out of here in 2 weeks.
this is our second last podcast in this studio.
I'm gonna lick all
So,
their
if you
faces.
like this content and you want more of it that isn't filmed and is a lot more naughty, it's
Yes.
pretty much what you would imagine girls in year 4 talk about at slumber parties.
we're 30,
And men.
yeah, and men.